There are moments in life when silence feels heavier than any noise. Moments when you sit alone, staring at the ceiling, wondering if you're truly living the life you were meant to live, or if you've been shackled by invisible chains that the world has placed around your mind. Those moments cut deeper than any blade, because deep down, you know there's more. You know you were not born to be ordinary. You know there's a power within you screaming to be unleashed. And yet most people ignore it. Most people silence the inner voice and bury it under fear, excuses, and weakness. But not you. Not today. Today we rip the mask off. Today we expose the truth. The greatest force you will ever hold is not in your muscles, not in your bank account, not in your status. It is in your mind. Your mind is the most dangerous weapon on earth. It can build empires, conquer fear, and bend reality. But here's the truth most people can't handle. Your mind can also be your greatest enemy. If you let it, it will chain you down, convince you that you're not worthy, whisper lies that you should stay small, that you should accept mediocrity, that you should live quietly and never disturb the comfort of others. The difference between greatness and failure is not luck, not privilege, not opportunity. It is mindset. Your mind decides whether you rise or whether you roll. Think about it. Every invention, every empire, every revolution, every breakthrough that ever changed the world began not with money, not with power, not with fame. It began as a thought inside someone's mind, a single thought. One man dared to believe he could fly, and today planes cross the skies. One man dared to believe he could light the world, and today cities glow brighter than the stars. One man dared to believe he could split the atom, and today nations tremble under the power of his idea. Everything begins in the mind, and that means everything you want, your success, your freedom, your legacy, begins inside your head. But here's the problem. Society has spent your entire life trying to weaken your mind. From the moment you were born, they told you what to think, how to act, what's possible, what's impossible. They taught you to sit still, follow orders, obey authority, and never question the system. They trained you to be average. They trained you to be a sheep. And every time you dared to dream bigger, they laughed at you. They called you unrealistic. They told you to be practical. They told you to stay in your lane. And most people listened. Most people gave up on their dreams before they even began. They surrendered their minds. And by doing so, they surrendered their lives. But you are not most people. You wouldn't be here if you were. You feel that fire inside, even if the world tried to put it out. You feel that hunger that whispers, I am meant for more. And the only way to claim it is to take back control of your mind. Because the mind is not something you casually use. It is something you must train, discipline, and sharpen every single day. The weak man lets his thoughts control him. The strong man controls his thoughts. When your alarm goes off in the morning, your mind gives you two options, hit snooze or get up. Which one you choose decides who you become. When life punches you in the face, your mind tells you two stories. This is unfair, I can't handle it, or this is my test, I will rise. Which one you choose decides your destiny. When opportunities pass by, your mind whispers, it's too risky, it might not work. Or, this is my chance, I'll make it work. Which one you choose builds your future. Every decision, every action, every result, you are the product of the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind. Understand this, the world will always try to break you. Pain, loss, failure, betrayal, these are not accidents. They are part of life. But the difference between those who crumble and those who conquer is not what happens to them, it's how their mind responds. Two men can face the same storm. One curses, breaks, and quits. The other laughs at the storm, digs his feet into the ground and says, is that all you've got? Guess who survives? Guess who thrives? Life is not about avoiding storms. It's about building a mind so powerful that no storm can move you. You must learn to rewire your brain. If you constantly focus on weakness, you will become weak. If you constantly feed yourself negativity, you will live in darkness. But if you train your mind to reject excuses, to despise laziness, to hunger for growth, you will become a weapon. Your thoughts are seeds, and every seed you plant will eventually grow into the tree that defines your life. Plant weakness, harvest failure. Plant discipline, harvest greatness. If you want to know the most terrifying truth, you are exactly where your mind has allowed you to be. Every success, every failure, every joy, every misery, it all comes from the choices of your own mind. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victim of your mindset. And that means starting today, you can choose differently. You can build a mind so unshakable that nothing can stop you. But don't misunderstand me. Building mental power is not easy. It is war. It means waking up when you don't feel like it. It means pushing forward when your body screams for rest. It means rejecting the lies your emotions feed you and forcing your mind to obey logic and discipline. It means cutting out the toxic voices around you that feed your weakness. It means choosing to suffer today so that you can dominate tomorrow. The mind grows only under pressure. Just like steel must face fire, your mind must face struggle to become unbreakable. The man who avoids struggle avoids greatness. The man who seeks comfort becomes a slave to it. But the man who embraces pain, who welcomes challenge, who laughs in the face of hardship, that man cannot be stopped. His mind becomes a fortress, his will becomes a sword, and his life becomes a statement that echoes through generations. Look at the people you admire. Look at the ones who inspire you. Do you think they got there by accident? Do you think they lived easy lives? No, they faced darkness. They faced failure. They faced ridicule. They faced pain that would break ordinary people. But they refused to surrender their minds. They turned every obstacle into fuel. They turned every defeat into training. They turned every scar into proof of their strength. And because of that, they rose while others stayed down. You have the same choice. Right now, as you listen to these words, your mind is deciding whether to change or stay the same, whether to rise or remain average, whether to dominate or remain a victim. Don't fool yourself. The decision is yours. No one is coming to save you. No one will hand you greatness. No one will believe in you until you prove them wrong. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mind. Your mind is the architect of your destiny. If you train it to see opportunity where others see obstacles, you will rise. If you train it to stay disciplined when others are distracted, you will advance. If you train it to stay strong when others crumble, you will conquer. The world doesn't belong to the strongest body. It belongs to the strongest mind. So I ask you, what are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding it excuses, weakness, negativity, fear? Or are you feeding it discipline, courage, vision, and power? Are you allowing your mind to be poisoned by society's lies, or are you forging it into a weapon of victory? The choice is yours, and every second you delay, you lose ground. The truth is, most people will never understand the power of their mind. They will live their entire lives asleep, blind to their potential, shackled by invisible chains. They will wake up every day, follow orders, do what they're told, and die quietly, leaving no mark on the world. But you are not meant for that. You are meant to rise, to fight, to build, to conquer. You are meant to harness the full power of your mind and use it to carve your destiny. Imagine what your life would look like if you unleashed your full mental power. Imagine waking up every day with unshakable discipline. Imagine facing every challenge with unbreakable confidence. Imagine walking into every room knowing you cannot be defeated because your mind refuses to allow it. That life is not a fancy. It is waiting for you. All you have to do is decide. The power of your mind is infinite, but only if you claim it. Stop wasting it on fear. Stop wasting it on excuses. Stop wasting it on doubt. Train it, discipline it, forge it in the fire of struggle until it becomes unstoppable. Because once your mind is unstoppable, so are you. The world does not need another average man. The world does not need another excuse. The world needs warriors of the mind. Men and women who refuse to be broken, who refuse to be controlled, who refuse to surrender, and that is what you must become. So I leave you with this. You are one decision away from a completely different life. One decision to take control of your mind. One decision to reject weakness and embrace strength. One decision to rise when others fall. Your destiny is not written in the stars. It is written in your thoughts. The power of your mind can either be your prison or your freedom, your weakness or your weapon, your downfall or your victory. The choice is yours. Choose wisely.